welcome y'all back to That's What I'm Saying, the podcast about hip hop, dating, entertainment, sex, relationships, and social issues from a sometimes ratchet, because you know how me and my sister do, but mostly woke perspective. So listen and subscribe to That's What I'm Saying. We're on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, YouTube, SoundCloud, iHeartRadio, pretty much wherever you get your podcasts, you can listen to us. Also, watch That's What I'm Saying. We actually have a TV show on Island TV, and it's a little PG while we're a little R-rated over here. So also follow us on Instagram at TwizPod. That's TWISPOD. So I'm Shaun.
And I'm Shatara.
Hey sis, hey.
Hey.
Welcome back. Welcome back. It's like we're coming back from our spring break. Well, summer vacation.
Summer vacation, spring break.
I mean,
was it good? Is it good to you?
it was so
Yeah.
good. Did we? I
Yeah.
mean, we took a little break, so we are revamping now. We're here. We're gonna look. I think, well, at least I know you do your acting and you're out there, but I was like, I don't know if I want to do a video for the podcast all the time. But you know what?
Yeah,
I'm
see
here
the
with my
thing is,
readers.
yeah,
My
doing a face.
braids.
Do you want to do your face every day? I'm not trying to beat my face up every day. I like not wearing makeup. Don't you?
Yeah, I
Remember
do
you
too. This boom
when I was there
down.
last time? Remember you were
Yeah,
like, you gotta have a
I got
5 minute
my nails
face.
done though. You see that?
Yeah, see? You told me you got to have a 5 minute face. You remember that? We were like going out when I was there last?
Yeah.
Have your 5 minute face.
Have your 5 minute face.
I now have my 5 minute face. This ain't it
Boop,
though.
boop. Yeah, like a little boop boop and get up out the door.
Yeah, just a little something to go. Yeah, so so that's what we'll do next time. So that's how we'll do videos. I might just have my little 5 minute face.
So for our listeners, we're gonna strive to do more of the video podcast, and then we're still doing the TV show with Island TV. But this gives us a chance to at least open up a little more to our YouTube followers. So we here, and you're gonna get this unbeat face, all right? But I drink my water, so
She's
I'm trying to keep
moisturized and minds
put
her
a little gloss
business.
on. That's the best we could do. And I got my readers from Walgreens. Yes, I do.
Oh,
What
well,
about
these are
yours?
not. I'm a fraud,
Yeah.
I have 20/20 vision, but I wear glasses for fashion.
No,
Thank you, God.
you ain't got to. You ain't.
I can
I
see
told you I went through this
afar.
whole thing with my new prescription, because that whole thing about corrective lenses is such a lie, because my lenses have never been corrected. My vision is consistently. It's been. I don't want to say on a decline, but it's definitely okay. Especially since when I hit 40, like. And I think everybody can relate. The words look like ants on a paper.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I need to carry a magnifying glass on my readers.
I'm
I
not
got
everybody.
readers everywhere. If you come to my house, I got readers every corner.
Tucked into the couch.
And I got in the couch, right, in the kitchen. I got them everywhere, and I got them in the car. I at least have 2 pair hidden in the car in the glove.
The way you are with your
and
readers
dashboard.
is how I am with lit medics.
Yeah.
I got my little blue jar.
Mm-hmm.
My little blue jar of cocaine everywhere. I'd be like, where's that? Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So how's your summer been?
So far, so good.
Hiatus.
So far, so good. No complaints here. Took it kind of easy. Didn't I can't say I was all over the world, but I was some places. And saw family a lot. So I feel like we had a lot of QT in there. That was wonderful. Comedy shows have been wonderful. Still staying moisturized, drinking my water, minding my business. And excited to do the podcast.
Yes, I love it. Yeah, I traveled. I've been over the summer. I went to did I go to Italy? I went to Rome. I went to Egypt, which we talked about. It was an amazing trip. And then I've pretty much been all up and down the East Coast, just traveling. I'm a travel bug, so I've enjoyed my summertime. It was
so short though. I'm like, kids are back in school already. I'm like, hold on a minute. Let me get this right. A minute ago, they're selling me beach balls in the store. Now they want me to buy back to school Trapper Keepers and then Halloween stuff.
You said Trapper Keepers.
Yeah. I was just like, wait a minute. They're like, get your backpack. I'm like, wait a minute. You just try to give me a beach ball. I'm confused.
My theory is that we've gone into like this timeline, like things have sped up. So time is not like how we remember it, where, a summer probably lasts like 8 months. Now a summer lasts about 2-3 weeks, and the summer's over.
That's it. I feel like
feeling right.
Yes, we get good 3 weeks of summer. So people's like, "Oh my god, it's so hot." I'm like, "Listen, don't
Hmm.
be quiet, because snow is
Yeah,
coming. Winter's coming."
yeah. Because a month I would say lasts about 10 days, and then it's
Yeah,
over.
yeah, yeah. Already we're talking about dates and times, and I'm looking like, "Oh my god, next week is a six." Like we're in
Yeah, I'm
September.
already booking stuff for October and November. Like it's
Yes,
real. Yeah, it's real
yeah,
out here.
November. Yep. I'm like,
2025
yeah,
will be here
sounds
in a
far, but
minute.
it's around the corner. But I'm so happy to be here.
Yes, good to see you. You look lovely.
Grateful. Why? Thank you.
All right. Yeah, it's thundering. I don't know if you can hear it, but I
No.
got some thunder. But we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it going. All right.
Okay.
So we like our ratchet. I know we be minding our business,
I
right?
know. That's what I was thinking. I was like, how do you say you mind your business, but you get into the
But
ratchet? I was like, I'm a hypocrite. I'm a
I was
hypocrite.
like, I ain't gonna say that because just for this moment, we not
Just
minding
for
our
this.
business. But it's
This is
okay.
this is shits and giggles. This is all
Yeah,
fun.
yeah,
This is all
yeah.
fun.
So I gotta open up this ratchet though with I don't know I don't know if you've heard, but
Wait, what are we calling this episode?
oh, what do we call this episode?
Love don't cost a thing.
I know that's right. If you want to dream me that you know who's singing that? J Lo. Her love
J
costs a thing
Lo.
though right now because that whole thing. I
Tell
know
it.
this is off. We didn't. Are we talking about J Lo
Yeah, yeah.
and Ben
Jump into
Affleck?
that. Jump into that.
Okay, so well, I mean, as the world knows, because as the world turns, um, Jennifer Lopez has filed for divorce from Ben Affleck. This was a long time coming because I don't know if when you get online, that's all I saw was like this impending. They're breaking up. She spent her birthday by herself, and then his birthday came, and he was with his ex-wife,
Jennifer Garner with
um,
the kids.
with the kids, and so it seemed like it was already it was impending. It was coming.
Mm.
And I think we rooted for her. Didn't we all kind of like root for her because this was like love 20 years in the making? Here they go 20 years later and they, circle the block again.
I like it.
But sometimes, Jenny from the block, it's not good to circle the block. I wish somebody would have told her that.
Jenny, don't circle the block.
No.
Because your love
Sometimes,
just won't stop. Something, I mean,
sometimes it's not always good to circle the block.
you know
Sometimes
what?
it's good to make peace with your past and move on. And I think, at the same time, we kind of rooted for like, oh, because I love love. I love love. And I love that, they were able to kind of bring it on back. But something about Ben Affleck, I was never too keen on. I liked him when he was, little, he's like the moody Batman. He had his moment. Remember, like there was a time when he was a little bit fine, right? He was
You
all
remember that
right,
movie
Ben.
with Justin Timberlake?
Right. I been. But that went by. That went by like poof. Like I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
And then I don't know. I don't know what happened. And I think because of the way that he's portrayed in social media, don't he always look like he's annoyed? He never looks
That
happy.
No, that was the funniest thing when they were showing, and of course, social media, they're going to do what they want with stuff, but it was just like he was slamming doors. They were going to events. He was walking out mad, like when you really don't want to be somewhere, but your spouse makes you go. And it was like Ben coming out looking mad. And I was just like, I felt for her, like, you know what? Like, you deserve to be with somebody who is happy to be with
To
you,
be with you,
because
be standing next to you. He never looked like he was happy to stand
he
next to
never
her.
did. But you know what I figured out with them? They just had amazing sex. That's all it was. I think she,
Probably because what
I think it's,
he's a Leo, and is she a Virgo?
oh boy, I don't know.
I
He's a lover, not a fighter. That's all
She's
I
a
know.
lover, right? She's like
I have no
what's her
idea.
name that had all them husbands?
Um,
Elizabeth Taylor. She's an
Elizabeth Taylor.
Elizabeth Taylor.
But
They're similar to me.
I like that she jumps back in. Like that is that part. Like she be
Yeah, because
hurt.
she loves love. I
Like
love that she loves love. She
and
gonna
she,
make a
and she
whole
made
movie
a
about it. She
yeah,
made
she made
a
that, and I watched
terrible
that
movie
whole
on
quarter. I liked it. J Lo deep down inside, she has bruises and she's bandaged. She got a cast. You know what I'm saying? Her eye is all bubbled up. Like her heart is like broke. And then she sees love and she's like, let's do it again.
Yeah, she
Let's
loves
do it
love. She
again.
loves love. So
She's down for it.
look, I don't know what to say. I mean, it just love don't cost a thing, but it's gonna cost her.
And she will get married again.
I think so. I think so.
Think
I
about
actually think she probably gonna circle the block with who?
Ben again.
Well, because Mark, he's happily married, right? For now,
Dianara. Yep. The Miss Columbia,
is he?
whatever. Yep. That's her
Okay.
name. Mm-hmm.
Mm. I just
So
want
him
to
and Jay
say
will have
that
twins.
Ben and
Jennifer.
J Lo, they're two Leos. Just want to say that. I just want to put that out there. Ooh.
Oh,
Yeah. So
okay.
that. Ooh.
Oh, I
Ooh.
don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, the way they're making it seem as though he's going to get back. No, he has no. It's not his ex. It's another young lady that's
I know
been,
some girl named Kick. I
yeah,
saw her name. I was like, what? You
some other
know,
little character. Yeah,
and crazy
but
white people names. Her name is
what's
Kick.
his what's his homie's name?
Damon, Matt
Yeah,
Damon,
Matt Damon married his masseuse, right?
or the waitress, one of
So,
them, or the
something like
flight
that. She's
attendant.
very,
Yeah.
just a regular. He's like, I don't want that razzmatazz. You know what I'm saying? I got the
Mhm.
talent. I don't need all that. I'm trying to play the zookeeper over here. I'm good. I'm Bourne. He Jason Bourne. I'm Jason
He
Bourne.
was Jason
I'm good.
Bourne, and then
But
I
he's been
didn't like him as
married.
Jason Bourne.
He's been married to her forever. Like,
A couple years, and they got a couple of kids, and he kind of keeps it low. I still think that the two of them, Ben and Damon, like because of where they're from, and
but
I just
Boston, you think they're
like
just
they
low key
probably.
racist?
You already know what I was gonna say.
You think
Yep.
they're low key Boston
Just a
racist?
little bit, I think. Them.
They're Boston racist.
They get around each other and say the N word
Ooh,
a lot.
hunty. Well, the town was a good movie though. It was a good
It
movie.
was a good movie. Did he say the N word in that? I think he did. One of them did.
No, I
Or
don't think so. You're
something.
trying to make him. I don't want to.
I
Like
don't know.
he's Ray Donovan was the best. Was the best in telling
Absolutely.
about like the racism. Like, are you telling my dad loves black women? He's like the same one that would throw beer bottles at the blacks that came in town, talking about like N words go home. Like
That's
he's
not funny, but yes.
so you trying to say Ben is Mickey? He's Mickey from.
Ben is Mickey. Hmm.
He just likes the women. I just like the women.
Yeah, I mean, well, yeah. So, wish J Lo well.
We wish you well, Jay. We wish you well.
Second time, because they never married the first time, right? They was Benifer, but they never actually married. So this is the first time they've been married.
You know what? I think they did get married. I think they had a private ceremony. They did get married. So this is their second time being married.
I don't think so, but I could be
I
wrong.
thought the same thing at first, but then I was like, wait a minute. They did get married.
I mean,
Look at us Googling. We'll get back to that. You
yeah.
find out. In the meantime,
No, she actually never married him.
oh, wonderful.
Oh, no,
Oh,
yeah, she never. No, no, she never. This is her first time, 2022. She was with Johnny Ohani in 1997, Chris Judd in 2001, Mark Anthony in '04, and then Ben Affleck. She married him in
and what
2020.
about Casper and Puffy? They not in there?
No, but
These
we're
just
talking about
husbands you're
husbands.
naming.
Husbands.
Huh? You just name husbands?
Yes, I'm naming her husbands. One,
Was
two,
that four?
three, four husbands.
Four husbands. And here we are, single as dollar bills, and this lady got four husbands under her belt
She was definitely
at,
working her mojo. She was
at
doing what she needed to
47.
do out here in these streets.
Yeah, some men won't even actually do in a
I'm not
cheeseburger.
mad at it. Like I said, I love J Lo for that because she loves love. So she little rock the boat here. I really didn't think they was the best looking couple anyway.
Uh,
Like remember that video when he slapped on her ass on the yacht?
on the yacht.
I ain't
Yeah,
like that.
that wasn't that Jenny from the Block.
I think so.
It was that. So it was like really like that. Like
Like
the white dude.
boo.
Yeah, people didn't like that. They were like, nah, like you better not use the
He's
N
corny.
word. You
He
better
was
go
corny
ahead.
from then on for me.
Yeah, we didn't know what that was about, but I liked her with Mark Anthony.
I did too,
I thought
but
they were
I
like
just
Puerto
felt like
Rican
Mark
royalty.
Anthony is yeah, I you could tell it's a lover about him. All 5 feet of him because what is he like 4'11" or something?
They just
But
had
he,
a
he looks like a
powerful,
lover.
powerful Puerto Rican royalty couple. They were. I was like, wow.
Yeah, yeah, that was
Oh
dope.
man, her mother's so proud. Her father's like, oh, they are so proud. Like, you're bringing Mark
Mm-hmm.
Anthony home. Like, forget that you J Lo. You bringing Mark Anthony home? Yeah, I thought
Mm-hmm.
that was a big deal, but he was
We'll
like,
see.
no.
We'll see. We'll see what they do.
Ah, sorry. He was killing it. He does have that one
All
song I
right,
think.
look, in other ratchet news, so have you heard this that allegedly there's a body double that has been filling in for Usher in his shows?
I don't
I'm
believe it.
laughing, but
I don't
honestly,
believe
this
it.
is not
I don't
funny.
believe
It's,
it.
it's, it's for real, for real. So Usher, he's on this huge tour, which I'm gonna say it again, like I say periodically when we talk about Usher. I went to see Usher in Vegas a couple years ago when he first started his residency.
Mhm.
That was the best show I've ever seen in my life. Okay, performance
Whew.
wise, hands down. I was not an Usher fan like that. I wasn't, I was Confessions, and we like Usher, but that show was so phenomenal and amazing. I know you got to see it as well.
Mhm.
Best concert where you see someone who is just he's destined for the stage. That's he was born to do that. That's
That boy got
what I see.
talent.
So Usher, hands down, one of the best, if not the best concert, like I said, I've ever seen in my life. Okay.
But
So Usher was accused of using a body double because he had, issued this statement about a couple weeks ago where he canceled some tour dates because he said that he had suffered a very severe injury. But on the tour, people started talking about how they was seeing him and that it didn't look like him, it didn't sound like him. They said he was using a body double. So
what?
there's some video of him out here performing, looking. There's a usherish dude. I'll say that there's a usherish.
There's an usher. He's
Yeah,
ushering usher in.
there's a usher ushering. There's a usherish dude that's out there to me that's looking
Real.
like he's performing. So, but it kind of makes sense. I mean, when you think about the amount of money that goes in these tours, you can't be out here canceling tour dates. There's insurance policies that are based on, you out here performing.
A lot
Would
of
it
people
not
need to
make
get paid.
sense for these large companies to go and you get you a body double, somebody that studies on you, knows your moves? What I mean, it's not with outside of the realm of like reality. Like absolutely,
Okay,
absolutely,
put him on payroll. Put him on payroll. They'd be
yeah.
like, "Who's that? Tommy? He's loved you since he was 2 years old. Come watch him." Be like, "Okay, put that hat on him." All
But you
right, I
gotta
guess we can.
see the on TikTok the people like talking about like saying like look at this don't look this not him, this not his moves,
Really?
this it's crazy, but it's like I mean for real. I remember one time going to the Essence Fest and to see Janet Jackson, and when I tell you for 15 minutes Janet Jackson performed and it was a hologram, it wasn't even her. And
Wow.
when I say I was sitting pretty much in the front row, wouldn't have known until she stepped through the hologram and
Got him.
and then really started performing. That shit was crazy. Now that was some years back. I will never forget that. I was stunned. I'm sitting in my chair like
Who's somebody? Anybody? Call
I'm
911.
trying to think who was with me. I think our sister Chanel was with me. I think so. But that was wild. That was wild. So given
Wow.
that was at least 10 years ago, can you imagine what they're doing now?
What they doing now? I mean, if you his body clone, they'd be like, "What's his name?" They'd be like, "We call him Sick Day." Nobody knows his name on set. When
Like,
he rolls up, that's
we
Usher
ain't got
Sick
to
Day. They already
worry.
know
We
that's
ain't
Sick
we ain't
Day.
missing no shows.
Yeah,
Okay, we ain't
SD. Come
missing
on
no
over here,
checks.
SD. Yeah, we do
Yep.
that little moonwalk, do that little popping and everything. Come on,
It
SD.
would make sense, right? It would make sense. Like you
Uh,
got all this money riding on you performing.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Well,
We searching the world for a body double. We doing a hologram. We doing something just in
I mean, I
case.
hope not. I hope not. There was a concert where Ludacris was supposed to perform. It was like an outdoor concert and it got canceled because of the weather.
Mm.
And Ludacris showed up at like the local, big time bar. And his
Yeah.
homeboy had a boombox and he
Ooh.
came in like, when I move, you move. And he gave them a whole show. People had their phones out like, what just happened?
But what
And
did
he was
he
like,
do? Oh, I
he
gotta
was
go
like,
kiss
the
my lady.
people should still get a concert. Like, just because it was canceled for the weather, he still gave, what was he, in New Orleans? He was somewhere.
That was
And
dope.
he just showed up. People had their phones out. Totally surprised him. Homeboy had the boom box, he had a microphone, and he still performed. Like, y'all still get a show. I was like, now that makes him so dope. He don't got
That's dope.
nobody double. He ain't got nobody double. But again, he
Mm.
doesn't dance like Usher.
True. Well, no, he doesn't. There's no when I move, you move dance.
He's such,
Yeah,
but
but
he's a hype man.
Usher's
He
out
don't.
here ushering with his usherish.
Well, then that means Beyonce would need a clone too, because she puts on a heck of a show
I
and
would
all
think
that
so
energy.
because I'm like I don't that all of that running on the treadmill in heels.
Woo, 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 woo. She's a walking maraca. Yeah, come on, Beyonce. Yeah, she need a SD too. She need a sick day too. She need a person.
Hmm. Get you one in there. Okay, all right. What do we
All
got?
right.
What's next?
So,
Hmm.
Ashanti has had a baby. Her and Nelly
Baby,
have,
baby,
yeah, they
baby,
have a little
baby,
baby boy, and she showed
baby.
off her postpartum body, and she said something. It was like a real quick clip, like, you know what this body could do? Like, what?
Right. I know that's right.
Yeah, so that's
Yes.
beautiful. And he recently came out saying that he dated I forget this young lady's name. He said he dated her simply because she favored Ashanti, and like Ashanti has
This
always
is
been on
what
his
Nelly
heart.
said.
That's what Nelly said. It's a picture of a young lady he was dating previously, and he
Yeah.
said, yeah, she favors Ashanti. She was always in my heart. I'm
That's
like,
creepy, but I love it.
ugh, talk about I ain't got no type. Oh, yeah, he told
I
it.
got a
So they
type.
have a baby, and I think they eloped. They did get married.
I think I heard that right.
I heard it, but
Okay,
I
so
didn't see it.
this is because this is circling the block, but it's a good thing.
Everybody circling the block. Ashanti.
I hope it's a great thing. I'm so happy for her. And I was looking on social media when she was pregnant, and people were just so mean.
Really?
They would you just had some trolls. It's unbelievable where people just feel like they have license and the right to say all kind of crazy stuff, but they were talking about
Oh,
as in pregnancy, as anyone who's gone through it, I know, where your nose spread, you get a cat, your body is going through all of these hormonal changes.
ooh.
So, instead of embracing that, there were a lot of trolls out there just saying the most,
Oh
for this
no.
woman who is experiencing an amazing time in her life.
A
So,
miracle. It's a miracle.
congratulations to you,
Ashanti and Nelly.
Ashanti, and to
Yeah, that
Nelly.
is circling the block. Not only did they circle the block, they ended up having children on the other side of it. So that's like, to me, that's the wow factor. Like, wow. Like, and they had a baby too. So that's a beautiful thing. That means you really want to be locked in with him, because when you broke up with him the first time, he could have won his way and y'all would have never had to talk to each other again. But once you have that child together, that is somebody you have to keep up with as long as that child
Absolutely.
stands. That's that one person who, as an ex,
Absolutely.
but yeah, I got to keep up with that person because you got my
Hmm.
child. So now you're connected to him regardless whether there's a ring involved or not. You are connected to that man. So
Absolutely. I'm
it
happy
must
for
be
them.
love. I
It
don't know.
must be love. I'm happy
I
for
don't
them.
know. But then
Baby,
again,
baby,
on the other
baby,
side, on the
baby.
other side of things, Big Sean had an interview with Charlemagne, and he explained why he and Janae Aiko have not gotten married.
Hmm.
After 8 years of dating, right? They have a new baby together. And you know what he said as to why they're not married? There's a lot of work that needs to be done.
On both sides.
I quit. I'm leaving this job. You can have all the shit on my desk. I don't care. I'm not even punching out. I quit.
I, you
Good
know,
day, sir.
I watched that whole interview, and I will say it was a very good interview. I
I like
think
Big Sean.
that was he was very real, he was very honest, and he's a humble dude.
He didn't
I
want to
like
talk about it. He's like, I don't want to talk about my
Big
personal
Sean.
stuff.
Well, he talked a lot. I don't know. Did you hear the whole thing? Because he did. He talked a lot about himself, his relationships and music. But that part when he said with Jenny Aiko, it's like that was when the record. What, y'all been together for 8 years, and this woman is good enough for you to bring her body to a whole nother level by having a child with her, and you can't marry. I don't know. And I'm not the biggest, like, okay, marriage is not for everybody, unions, whatever you calling it, but
It's not.
to me it's the lower level tier, because if you're doing life with somebody, then that's up here. Marriage is right here. It's paperwork. It's going before the courts and making it legal, and then you got the spiritual aspect, the other side of it. So when people are like, I don't get married, like, if you're already bonding with this person, this is your person, your life person, then I don't understand what work you talking about,
See, now,
because it's paperwork, in my opinion.
yeah, like marriage in many ways is tradition. Like it is very much a tradition, right? So when
Hmm.
some people are like, I don't believe in it, whatever their reasons are, I respect it, because I've had a lot of people tell me their reasons why and so on. So I'm like, it's really a to each his own thing. However, my feeling about it is marriage is like a graduation. Marriage is a relationship graduation ceremony. That's
Right.
really what it is. You know what I'm saying? And you can go on and get your doctorate, meaning that you can renew your vows if you, you know what I mean? You can go on from there. You can continue education. Um,
You could do nothing with your degree and just
hello. So that's,
squander your whole education.
you know what I mean? You can, yeah, you can still go out and get other bachelors. You get what I'm saying? As you're married, you can go on and get other bachelors as well. You can still live a bachelor life. because some people still do that. But
Mm-hmm.
it's still a graduation of, it does show some type of level, some type of, growing in a relationship and some type of agreement for everybody to see and know. Like, that's
Right.
really what it is. So having kids to me is a part of marriage. That's, you're already married. You have already tied the knot. You are already
Mm-hmm.
together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But when he says there's work to do, going a little deeper into this, they were both in relationships with other people when they got together.
Mm.
So they,
And the first time.
yeah. So the saying is like, how, well, look at how they started. So Janae Aiko, she was apparently married to, like, I don't know, somebody in the industry, D Dot, something
Yeah.
like that. And he was with the young lady from, I think she was from
Selena
Glee.
Gomez? No.
Well,
No.
he was with her too.
What the oh was
Um
he? But the one with the ponytail, what's her
well,
name?
well,
She sings. She has a beautiful voice.
oh, she sounds like
Little.
Mariah Carey. Yes. Like, here we go. Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
Diana, where you at? We can't think of the name.
Uh,
Christina Aguilera.
no.
I know I'm fucking with you. I just said that to get you mad. Well, he was with Naya Rivera, and she's the one from Glee who passed away.
Who passed away? No, he
Right.
was not.
Yes, he was. He was dating her. Yes, he was. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep. They met on Twitter, then their relationship went public. Yep. He was with her.
I never heard that, but okay.
Yes, he was. Yeah. And then
Okay.
he
Yeah,
was
I
with
never heard that.
now
I
the
don't recall
singer,
that.
yep, they were together. Now the singer you're thinking of that he was with is little
Uh, uh,
what's her
the,
name?
Ariana Grande.
Ariana Grande. Oh my God. Where's
You
my
call the
sick day
Christina
person when I need
Aguilera.
them? Jesus. Jesus. Yes, he was dating her too. But anyway, so they apparently were like both in relationships as they kind of eased in and started dating. So that's no secret.
Okay.
So I guess when they say they got a lot of work to do, I mean, who knows? After 8 years, who are we to say what the time frame is? I just feel like when a man knows what he wants, he knows what he wants.
Mm-hmm.
He playing
Yeah.
around. That's all.
Yeah,
That's
and
all.
that's the bottom line. End the story right there.
Yeah. Sure. Okay.
Don't ever let a man be indecisive about you. But okay.
Yo, because let me tell you, what do they say, which I love? When they said Cassie was with Diddy for 11 years. And then she got with the soccer player, right? They got married. They have like two
Yeah.
kids. They said it took her 1 year with this man to do all the things she did not do with Puffy in 11
11
years.
years. But that's the damn truth.
So really it goes to show you, if you have a standard about your time and he's on the same page, then y'all on the same page. But he don't
Yep.
have no stand. If you don't have no stand about your time, he like, you driving, you going on the parkway? Fuck it, I'll go with you. And he's riding too. He got no standard. You gonna pay the toll? No, I didn't plan to pay the
He
toll. All
got to
right, then
pay.
shoot. Let me know. Wake me up when we get to our exit. He don't care.
Mm-hmm. You right.
You don't care. He don't care. So yeah,
You don't care if he don't care.
for real.
I agree with you.
That's what
I
it
agree
is.
with you.
8 years. You got to think. I'm not gonna put that on him. I got to put that on her too.
Absolutely. Both
Janae,
of y'all.
y'all playing? And
Mm-hmm.
mind you, J Lo got about 4 ex-husbands the whole time y'all playing around. Boop,
Each his own.
boop, boop, boop. I
Each
love it.
his own. Okay.
So
Mm-hmm.
I got more ratchet, but I know we got to get into woke.
No, go ahead. We got time for
So the FBI
more
accuses Washington D.C.
ratchet.
council member Trayon White of accepting thousands in bribes.
Now,
So
okay, so
this
I'm
is in
sorry. He's
D.C.
a
He's a
D.
council member,
Okay, in DC. Okay,
right? So he's
young
running
dude,
like
the young
the youth department, the libraries, all the good stuff.
dude. Okay.
So this is so funny because he's on the committee for creation, libraries, and youth affairs, and he's overseeing decisions of the Department of Youth Rehabilitation Services. So
Mm-hmm.
that's a big thing. Like and I work with kid services, so I'm like, okay, well, who has their hands on all this stuff? So in
Mm-hmm.
DC, he's the one.
He's the man.
So they let me tell you something. They had a undercover offered him some money and said, "Hey, listen here, we got some kickbacks for you. We got a lot of money. I need you to hold, what is it, the Ward 8 representative. I need you to hold this place for this person, this place for that person. We have, some businesses we want to go up. We'll even give you a little pinch of money from these businesses we have going. Hold a seat for my boy here, there, whatever it was." He's in the car taking envelopes, like, all right, all right. Pictures like Columbo, boom, boom, boom. I know I sound old, Columbo. 5,000 here, 5,000 there, looking
OJ.
like Wale. Yeah. Okay. And it was undercover the whole time. They called him the perp. The perp was like, got him. He took the money every time.
But wait, how much was it?
In total, $15,000.
No, but didn't he get a percentage of the fifteen
Oh yeah,
thousand?
then he was
Like
getting a
3%.
percentage of the
So it was like
businesses.
$4,500.
Yeah, the number goes up, but I think it was just one of those
Threw it
like.
all away for $4,500.
But you know what's messed up? And I'm sorry, but this goes on all the time. Nobody really got hurt. You know what I'm saying? Leave that man alone.
Okay, really?
Nobody got who really got hurt. The kids had their youth organization. The building is still standing. You know what I'm saying? Nobody really got hurt. Cut it out. People do worse than this. I
You're
live
right.
in Bergen County. Let me tell you some shady stuff.
You're right. You're right.
Don't get me started. They are cutting checks and finding ways and making a nonprofit. Yeah, okay. Trust me, worse is getting done. But he's gonna have to pay for this. I'm sorry, Trayvon. I'm sorry. You're gonna have to pay. So
I'm
um they
sorry.
got him, and let's see what's going on here. They the grants that he secured. I'm sorry, it's a lot of money. He's going to
I'm
jail
just I'm just laughing at dude because why? For the why? Why did you do that?
for the why. No, it was some real clown. It was some real clown politician mess. It was. But
Okay, had to take a little break. So where we at?
so Beyonce's mom, who is Tina Knowles, she agrees to pay ex-husband, six figure in the divorce settlement. She was
I
married
just
to
saw him.
Richard
He was
Lawson,
on in that
who is an
terrible,
actor, and he was also
yes, terrible. What's his name? Tyler Perry
Divorce
movie.
in the Black.
He was,
Divorce in the Black.
and when I say
And
he
I think his
had
name was
such a belly,
Clarence, and
I
he was
didn't know
wearing
he had a belly like
overalls.
that. That belly, he had such a belly. First, I thought it was a prosthetic. Like, okay, well, he got on overalls. Maybe they gave him a
He
belly.
was 7 months
No,
pregnant.
that was his belly.
Mm-mm. No. So, 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 so the question is like, why he got it? Why he got to give? Why does she have to give him money in this settlement? Like, what is this about? Like, why? So he's requesting like a
I want that
Cadillac.
sedan
He's
DeVille.
requesting. he's, he's requesting his 2021 Cadillac Escalade. He wants the bank and retirement accounts, um, the Richard Lawson Studios, which I guess money owed to him, any royalties he's earned, and he's with the union, so any acting like money. So
Uh
like,
huh.
sounds like they never really had a structural like prenup. Like they kind of had to figure all this out at the end. But I feel like his her Tina knows she
You
wants to
ain't
say
been
you ain't
shit,
got
and
shit.
you ain't got
So
shit.
why are you coming for me and mines? Because if I have to give you something, I got to call my daughter.
Do you know his
I hate
daughter?
calling Beyonce
So
for money.
his daughter was in Queen Sugar. Bianca Lawson is his daughter. Remember the one that played what's was
Oh, okay. I'm
the
trying to think.
brother's name, the youngest brother? Sam, what
Queen
he had a
Sugar.
something Angel, John Angel or something Angel,
I forget.
and he had the girlfriend with
Okay, okay,
no, but
okay.
this she was like the girlfriend, and she was kind
The
of
two
like light skin.
sisters.
She could play a kid, and she's like in her 40s, but she could play somebody really young. But anyway, that's
Okay, okay,
Beyonce's
okay.
half
That's his daughter.
stepsister. Yeah,
Half sister.
because I
Well, I
love
liked
Love
I
too, so
liked them
I did
getting
like them
married.
getting
Like when
married, but
because everybody said, yeah, yeah. I was like, oh, that's a nice couple. They're nice looking. But he reminds me of her
yum.
father, Matthew Knowles.
I
He was
ain't
a
got
little
no
so
type.
Tina got a
Yes, you
type.
do,
He was
Tina.
a little bit on the Matthew Knowles type, but yeah, he's a good actor, and so and then what he wanted was just to me it just sounded all reasonable.
I want
Like
my
he just like I
Cadillac.
just want what I came in with. All jokes aside, like that's really all it really was. I just want what I came in with. Give me my Escalade, Tina. You gonna give me my Cadillac?
Oh man. Oh,
It's gonna be a
oh,
divorce in the black on your ass. It's gonna be on your ass.
oh,
So yeah, but they're
oh.
getting a
And they were
divorce
they were
after how
cute
many
together,
years were they
but
married? They were married,
not to
knew each other over 32
not
years.
to get into people's business, but we do. But I'm just like,
Damn,
and
seven
maybe
divorces.
this is a me. Just asking because I think at a certain age, you see when people are a little older and they're getting married, but man, it's like as you get older, and I'm saying this, you get set in your ways, and good if you can find somebody that's cool with the ways that you already set in. But I think it's harder. It could be harder. So when I just look at them, I'm like, because I think Beyonce mother set in her ways, and he probably he a little. I don't know. I could be, I'm just going off of what I
Yeah,
think I know, and
but
I may not
I
know.
feel like
he
you said
look like he be
just because we
a
have our
woman.
mother. So when
He
you
look
do
like
that,
he's
I
a
know
woman.
people don't have our mother, so we don't know what.
Yep.
Ooh, Joe's calling me. I gotta go. Now she was awarded her separate
Okay.
property, which included her LA home, her property in Texas, all her furniture and all her properties, all her jewelry, her possessions, her retirement
Okay.
account, and all her earnings since the date of their separation. So there was some, stuff that they had to pretty much organize and say, okay, this goes to you, this goes to you. But like you said, for people set in their
Okay.
ways
All
from one another, they weren't asking for much.
right.
They're just like, you go and I go, you go, fine,
All
fine.
right. Okay. So
It
moving
was probably
on,
like that.
we
It was
got to
probably
get
that kind of
into
divorce.
the woke minute. Um. So I do want to talk about the
Go
election, or
for it.
the upcoming election. We got Kamala Harris. You got Donald Trump. But we're not gonna do it right now. I think that kind of owns its own show. Will have its own show because there's so much ratchet and woke to discuss. It's gonna be its own. So let's do next episode. Should
In all of it.
be probably going to be the election show. I think. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All
It's
right.
coming up. Yeah, it's time to vote again. It's
But
time
moving
to
on.
vote
So
again.
this was something I've been reading about, and this has been, somewhat of the headlines. It's called Stranger Visions, which is a forensic art exhibit. So let me break this down for you because this shit is crazy. So Heather Dewey Hagboard is she's what's called an information artist and a biohacker. So she is known for putting together this project called Stranger Visions, which is debuting in Brooklyn, New York. So basically, what Miss Dewey Hagboard has been doing is she's been going around collecting all of the city trash. So she takes cigarettes and hair and chewing gum that she finds on the streets, and then she has this company which extracts the DNA and determines the gender, the ethnicity, and other factors. And then they use, get this face generating software and a 3D printer to create a 3D portrait. I mean, it's a mask basically of the person based on the trash that they left behind in the streets. So her point
The
doing this
DNA.
is to show people. So let me just give her quote. So she says, "In Stranger Visions, I collected hair, chewed up gum, and cigarette butts from the streets, public bathrooms, and waiting rooms of New York City. I extracted DNA from them and analyzed it to computationally generate 3D printed life-size, full-color portraits representing what those individuals might look like based on genomic research." She said, working with the traces strangers unwittingly left behind, the project was meant to call attention to the developing technology of forensic DNA phenotyping, the potential for a culture of biological surveillance, and the impulse towards genetic determinism. I don't know if you've seen this exhibit. I actually want to go. It's in Brooklyn. I don't know if you heard about it, but
Yeah.
I'm a little stunned. So, what do you think
What do you
about
think?
this?
So, you said a lot with the forensic DNA phenotyping. And I'm like, okay, what is that? But technically, you're able to take this DNA and create what a person's
Hmm.
face would possibly look
Pretty much
like
their whole body. You
via
can,
their DNA,
right.
starting there, whether it was through your saliva. So
Hmm.
everybody be mindful that you leave your DNA everywhere. That's pretty much one thing to be mindful of. Like here we are wearing masks because of COVID, but like how about this? You're leaving your DNA everywhere and it's willingly, like you didn't even know.
And
Can you imagine going to this museum and
that's the
seeing your
thing.
face
It's in New York City. You could
and
very
being like,
well.
oh, ooh,
Mhm.
ooh.
Mhm.
And then how did you get that? Oh, because you littered, you idiot. That's why. Because you spit your gum out on the corner. And Dewey, anybody whose name is Dewey is trouble. Dewey over here, she she picked it up and was like, oh. And that is, I mean, there's some intelligence in here. And I also think on the other side of it, is there some type of
Yeah,
privacy
well,
that they are
it's
overstepping
very
with this?
provocative
It's that part that is
because
like, ugh.
when you think in terms of privacy, do you have privacy to the gum that you chewed and then spit out
Ooh, I
on the
like that
street?
word.
No. So,
That's why I
what's
said
that?
you
What's mine is
littered,
mine.
so you shouldn't have done that.
What's yours is mine. All I find, I keep. All I find, I keep. All I find, I keep.
One man's
And this is absolute. I mean,
or
this woman is
one
obviously
man's
making a
garbage is
lot of
another
money.
man's dream.
She got a grant. Like this some serious shit. So basically, she got these companies to get on board, or however they found her, to showcase some of the things that technology, these tech companies can do. So that was a part of it. She became like the poster or the commercial
Hmm.
for
Yeah.
biohacking, technology advancement. Whether this is, but this to me is it's tampering with biology. It's tampering with, even though, do you have a right to privacy in, the hair that knowingly or unknowingly falls out of your head and on, in the bathroom, or you're washing your hands and you can scrape DNA off the side of
Yeah.
the sink. Do you have a right to privacy in those, in that? No. I mean, not really, but this is what they're doing with it. This is what can happen.
It's
They're gonna make a whole nother you
there's no
and sit it
right.
behind
There's no waiver.
a desk, or put pictures together, because that's what this is. I mean, you look at the pictures, like, it's startling, because all of
What?
it's faces of people that they have put together based on little
I did
tiny
see one
bits
of
of
the
DNA. It
faces.
reminds me of, remember back in the day, you could you can get those little, I don't know, they're like sponges or something, and you put it in water and it grows and it's like a dinosaur or something. This is what this reminds me of, for
Uh
some
huh.
reason.
Well, yeah,
Like,
those are
you could
fun.
take a little bit of your DNA and make a whole
I'm
you
curious.
somewhere. And then somebody is put it in a museum and is
Forget a sketch
charging people to
artist,
come and see it. That's what they're doing. Pretty much,
and it's
unless you
anonymous. Like it's
find
anonymous. Like
yourself in there, unless you recognize your
there's
face
no.
on the wall. I mean,
And
they're
that's how
saying that
accurate
face
is this though?
generating
I'm also curious
software
how
is
accurate is it because
algorithmically, you know, pretty accurate. So just like you see, when they try to put together the Cro-Magnons, or like back,
so
they'll make a recreation based on the DNA. You know, is it exact? Maybe not, but
yeah,
it's
yeah,
probably
yeah.
very, very
Hmm.
close.
Okay, okay, kind of like how we can
Hmm.
see what like Egyptians may have looked like. All right, so I don't like it, but then I feel
Yeah, you
like
just need
so
to
when I
make
walk
sure you don't
outside, do I
litter
need to
and
sign
take
a
your stuff
waiver
with you. But
just to be
even then, I
outside
mean,
for the just in case somebody's
we're
you
shedding
know
dead cells,
oh
by
littering
the hundreds and thousands and hundreds of thousands every day.
every day.
Just by sitting in the chair, or you know, touching the
Mm-hmm.
stove. You our DNA is everywhere, pretty much.
Yeah. I mean, if you ever watch
Hmm.
investigations, I mean, the
Yeah,
technology that has advanced when it comes to forensics is amazing. Like, I always feel like if somebody was murdered, oh, they're going to find you just because technology is so advanced where, like, it's beyond fingerprints. It is beyond fingerprints. Like, you mean to tell me, like, he left an eyelash in the crevice by the TV and you all were able to identify him and he lives in Texas? Why? Because he has allergies and the only flower is in this
amazing,
particular area. Like
amazing.
the way it's broken down, I'm like, I'm mind blown. So
Yeah, and
this
on
says
the
to what
one
she's
hand,
doing
can it
though.
be
It kind of
beneficial?
goes
I
in lieu
don't
of
know,
what
because
she is doing over here.
everything to me is nefarious. Everything is there's always an ulterior motive. So what's the ulterior motive that we see here? Obviously, they're making money because they're putting it on display and they're showing their talent. So these tech companies are showing their talents, to get more money, more funding, so they can do what? pretty much.
Clone you.
Usher already got one.
Usher, wait a minute. So, right. So,
Okay.
Okay. So this is mainly through. I'm
Hair,
just trying to think. I
cigarettes,
know shit.
chewing gum.
Cigarette
So anywhere
butts,
that you're leaving your saliva or
hair,
or your
chewing
DNA, your
gum.
DNA is attached to your hair. I mean,
Yes.
just think about it. You go get your hair done. It's a wrap.
A lot of
So
mucus on
yeah,
cigarette.
just be
Okay.
mindful. Hmm.
Wow. That's interesting. It's
But is it really, like
intrusive.
I said, it's
It's
not like,
intrusive,
she's using
but
hair
you
off the
don't even
floor,
know. I know.
gum off the floor, cigarette butts in the garbage and off the floor, so on and the ground.
Hmm.
I don't know. Very interesting though. Pay attention. Pay attention. I think I want to too.
I think I might go to Brooklyn to see this.
Hmm.
I think I might jump on the
Yeah,
bus and
but
train to
yeah,
go
let me
check
know,
this
or
out. I don't
I'm
know how long
trying to
it's
make a trip
standing
up there.
for.
All right. Um. Yeah, I do want to go. See, and that's crazy. It's creepy, right?
If
Because
you
I
do,
do
you
want to
want to
go.
go?
I want to
Okay.
see.
Okay, let's go. Like that was when I used to smoke cigarettes. Oh
All
my
right.
god.
In other woke news,
Never. I was never
something
a
I want to
cigarette
bring
smoker.
to the attention. We're talking about UPFs. You know what UPFs are? So, there's a professor, Barry Smith. He's a former
Tell
food
me.
consultant for food companies. So I know he's worked for like Coca-Cola and some other companies, where he says that if you cut out, he actually cut out ultra
UPF.
processed foods, that's UPFs, from his diet after learning about their health risks, and he lost weight effortlessly in the process. So UPFs, this professor Barry Smith, he actually worked for these companies, and kind of knowingly or unknowingly, what he was saying is that he was brought in as a consultant to help make these processed foods hyper palatable. In other words, they're foods that contain like this perfect ratio of fat and carbs, which makes it really hard for the person that's eating them to stop eating them. So they are genetically engineered or engineered, let's say, for your digestive system to like crave it. So it actually, it makes you crave it even more. That's what it was designed to do. So in other words, they bring in this professor who comes in and consults with these food companies on how to make their food more marketable and more tasty, right? So this doctor turns around, this professor turns around, and
Wow.
he says, you know, UPFs, they're made or they're designed to give you these, they cause very serious issues, diabetes, heart disease. But they make up 70% of the Western diet. And this is something I've been saying ever since I came back from Egypt on another note, but eating
Woo.
in Egypt and eating here in the United States, I do not like eating here. I do not like the food. It's so different. It's the additives. It's everything that we put in the food. Like I was sharing with you, like I have to, for my health, stick to a gluten free or damn near gluten free diet just to be healthy, because there is something about the additives here in the States, something about the food. It's not the same, and I mean, we already know. I mean, what the health is, it's terrible. So let me just run down what is a UPF. What are ultra processed foods, right? I mean, we know them, but do we know them, right? There's sugary snacks and sweets, so that's any candies, cakes, cookies, biscuits, donuts, ice cream, sweetened breakfast cereals, any savory snacks like potato chips, tortilla chips, corn chips, pretzels, crackers, noodles, cup of noodles, microwavable popcorn. And then it's any prepackaged meals or ready to eat foods. So that's like your frozen dinners, your instant soups, your canned ravioli, and your spaghetti and your chili, anything prepackaged. Anything when you go to the grocery store, anything in the middle aisles. If it's in a box, it's processed, right? Any processed meats and meat substitutes. So hot dogs, sausage, salami, chicken nuggets, patties, tenders, bacon, plant-based meat substitutes, which is the worst. Veggie burgers, soy-based sausages. Then you got your beverages, energy drinks, soft drinks, sweetened fruit juices, sweetened coffee, iced teas, pre-mixed cocktails, alcoholic drinks, and then your breakfast snacks, granola bars, protein bars, cereal bars, breakfast biscuits and pastries, all your condiments, ketchup, mayonnaise, salad dressing, barbecue sauce, soy sauce, sour sauce, Any prepackaged marinades and gravies, and then all the breads, all your dairy, all your breakfast cereals, your frozen pizzas,
all of
anything
the
frozen,
breads.
frozen pizzas, frozen burritos, frozen appetizers, frozen breakfast items, and your chocolates, your candies, your marshmallows, your jelly beans. I'm just naming a few, but that's like everything that we basically eat in life.
I, I, I'm speechless because I'm like, hold on, I can't live without my ketchup. Like I'm one of those, like I like ketchup on my ketchup. And we already know that's terrible. I need mayo on my turkey sandwich, and we already know the turkey is sliced from the deli. So what is that? We already know that that's terrible for you. There's all type of additives in that. Don't get me started with my coffee. Bread. I love bread, like Oprah said. I mean, I would say
Y'all are. I'm on that list.
I'm
I
on
mean,
that
I'm
list
like,
for a little bit of
what is
everything.
left to
I
eat?
identify
Can
with
you
all.
even well, it's processed. It's processed food.
Even the granola bars.
It ain't smart.
I
Ain't
gotta,
nothing smart
I
about it,
gotta get my
really.
smart bar right now. Are you
So,
kidding me?
in
Kind bar.
reading
My
that
bad.
list, because
Kind.
I'm sitting over here,
The
I'm
kind
perplexed.
bar. My bad. My
What can you eat? What does it leave?
I gotta ask Dewey
I don't.
because let me
I
tell you
mean,
something.
I'm asking
This
for a
is
friend and
tough.
myself because I don't. Other than
What can you
vegetables
eat?
and fruit.
Vegetables, vegetables, store bought vegetables, fruit,
Yeah,
store bought vegetables and fruit, and even that's a problem because it's like, well, what farm was it on? Wait a minute now. So that's a problem. Oh man, they spray the pesticides and the GMO, and it's always something. But I think fruit and vegetables is the best. Unless you kill that cow yourself, then don't
fruits
touch
and
the meat
veggies.
either.
I mean, that's really all it is. So
Fruits and
yeah, it was an
veggies,
interesting. It was an
fruits
interesting
and veggies.
study that was done by the man who makes sure that we eat ultra processed foods, and he's like, I'm not. I don't eat them. Yeah,
I'm not even eating it. Yeah, that's terrible. It's
yeah.
bad,
We
and
eat
I just feel
so
like, well, which way do you
processed,
go?
and
Like
I try my best to stay. They
there's
say when you
nowhere
go in the grocery store, stay on the outer aisles. Because right,
outside.
but I feel like
Perishable
there'd be
products.
times I'd be like, I'll starve if I do that.
What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do now? They like, there's a lady at the door. She won't come in. She keeps saying, "What am
I
I
have
gonna
no,
do?
like I have, and
What
it's
am I gonna do? What am I gonna do?" Stuffed.
I'm in the process of totally changing my diet. Just eating differently, so to combat um the autoimmune conditions, and that everything related to autoimmune conditions is your diet. Like, you want to combat the symptoms, you gotta go
It's
after your
food.
diet. You gotta switch up the diet. And the Western diet, the way that we eat, is so terrible.
Mm-hmm.
It's so difficult. It's so hard. And even I
Mm-hmm.
did an experiment. I went to Whole Foods because, like, you think
Mm-hmm.
Whole Foods, but not really. They have more processed food in Whole Foods than they do Whole
Mm-hmm.
Foods, and that's the truth.
Wow. Wow.
No,
I
I would
believe it.
not eat tofu.
Yeah. Do you eat tofu? Yeah, even tofu, like the
Yeah,
hormones
no,
in it,
and like I
and
was saying,
it's always
when I
something
was
with
in
that too. It's
Egypt,
like
I
you
will
can't
say
win.
this: like, I had bread every day, and I didn't feel like I had bread every day, because whatever they use in the bread is real. It's real simple. Here we got additives,
Mm-hmm.
we got palmitates, we got additive this, we got this to make it rise, and this to give it color, and this to keep it on the shelves, and this to keep it shape. We got so many additives in the food, and that's what we're ingesting. And I just came to a point where it's like, I can't do it. I can't do it at the level that I've been doing it. My light is messing up. I can't eat at the way that I've been eating. I can't do it. My body can't do it. So I had to switch it up.
Mm. Well,
It's pretty much everything.
well,
Yeah,
at
like,
least
you
you
try
have
to fill
this
in the
long
blanks
list
with
of
something that you actually can
everything
eat.
you can't eat.
Or
Uh,
take this list and go through your kitchen and your cabinets and your fridge and see what stays. Yeah, pretty much.
yeah,
Water
look at me. I'm over here like just water. Just
and
water would stay,
the little lemon I got in there.
and even that, because
I know it's so good too. Don't tell
'Cause
me
I got
about it.
this
Don't tell me
Welch's
about it.
juice, which is passion fruit, and let me tell you something, girl. But let me tell you what it says: 10%
Absolutely,
juice. When
90%
it says
bullshit.
added sugar, it's like a
Hmm.
million gazillion bazillion added
But it's
sugar.
so. But and that's
We're
what
like,
this
oh, this is
professor
so
is
good with
saying. Like
vodka.
it was
Yeah,
designed
totally.
that way
Yeah,
with the whatever the
yeah,
right ingredients and the right
yep.
mixture, so that over there popping your tongue and you ain't even drinking it right now.
They got it.
Mm.
I mean, and listen, we nobody's gonna live
Yeah,
forever, so
I
don't
want to
stress
take that
yourself.
approach,
That's how
but
I feel.
I have to
Don't even
balance it
stress
with
yourself.
like, but
It's all
I
right.
want
The
to live a
jig will
long
be up.
time and I want a great quality of life. So how can I do that? All right.
Fruitful life. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
Mm-hmm,
I mean,
mm-hmm,
I'm just
mm-hmm.
saying, be mindful.
All
It
right. We're the
is
weekend
the
D.
weekend
What are you
love.
talking about?
Did we make it here? Was it-
Mm-hmm. It's the weekend
Oh,
Z
look at
over
me
here.
trying to keep it
All
clean.
right,
It's
it's
the
the weekend Z
glasses.
over here.
That's
But
it's
here
the
we go.
weekend D
I
over
guess
here.
it's our audience.
Here I
You
go, keeping
know,
it clean.
sometimes I be wanting to hear like the ratchet of the ratchet, and it'd be like, you think I'm my husband from decade? You know, but it's cool. It's cool. It's cool. So, all right, we're getting into
Subtle.
this. All right, so she says, my husband let himself
What's this
go,
one?
and I
Okay.
fantasize about younger men. My husband is brilliant. He's classy. He's faithful, and he's a great father. And he's very handsome at 46. Not even a wrinkle. He's been in a money rut for about a decade and has let himself go. A decade. I respect him, but when I try to help him look better, he says, I don't care. He says, go ahead and leave me, which I think is very immature. I'm becoming resentful because I've been with him for so long and have contributed about 50% to our finances and 100% to his dreams as he moved us around the United States. I'm 42 and beginning to find younger men attractive. While I'd never cheat, I can't help but miss the man I fantasize about in my dreams. It's hurtful that he doesn't care. People think he's my father when they meet him. Please help. I gotta get this light together. But
Missing the real
what you
him.
think?
I mean,
That's
he
what you
already
heard.
gave you a pass. He says, I don't care. Go ahead and leave me. So thank you for the pass and letting me know that, when I come home tomorrow at 2 p.m., you
Yeah,
said it, go
that's
ahead
what
and
I
leave me.
got.
So it really sounds like he's more
Definitely.
so depressed. All jokes aside, sounds like he has, yes, a bit of depression, and you have every right to be frustrated. I'm with her on that one. She said she contributed 50%, with the finances, 100% to his dreams. He moved them around the US. Like, that's enough to make a bitch mad. Like, hold up. I know you not trying to do no push-ups. Like, really? So, and I don't know if they have kid. No, did she say they have a kid? Yeah, he's a great father. So they do have kids involved. Um, so she's just saying she just don't have it for him anymore. And this would be one of those things where I would suggest first counseling. I would just say if you can get him to go to counseling with you first,
Yeah, she gonna have to
and
go the
then if
Jada Pinkett
not, then
route
you just
and
probably have
just
to get a boyfriend or something like that.
get you an August Alsina. Ugh.
I mean, sir, no, because
And
August,
he gonna
August.
bring his
Anyway,
boyfriend.
um, let me stop. Let me stop. And he gonna bring it, and then it's a whole party, honey. Um,
So
she
the
might have to
part
circle the
where
block,
though?
but I don't
And do
know
what?
because really this is about. No, I don't know. I'm just saying it sounds like things are not
Mm-hmm.
really popping in the married life to this one particular person, and he has potential to just pull
He
himself
ain't got no
together.
ambition
Sounds
now,
like
though. She
she's
said he's been in
attracted
a
to his
rut for 10
ambition,
years, a
all this stuff.
decade. Man,
Um,
listen. But okay.
right, but that's he's in a rut now, so he's in he's in a rut. He's in a rut, and he let himself go. Like F it. So I'm curious how great she's looking. Where he's like F it. Like how great is she looking? That's
Right.
making him
I
feel
I
like
don't
I
know.
can't
Is
I
the
can't
pot
do this
calling
no
the
more.
kettle
Like
black?
girl, go
Let's
ahead.
assume that it's not. Okay, but let's assume that it's not. And so
That
I
part, you're
definitely
cracking me
agree
up.
with you with the counseling because it sounds like he's on a whole other phase in his life and probably like going through a midlife and there's a lot going on with
Yeah,
it. There's a lot of
he
peels to
sounds
this,
sad.
onion layers to that. Um, but as a practical way
Hmm.
is to have that conversation because I always say this, all you need is two people to an agreement. And if they agree on something, like he's saying, just go or leave me. But maybe if she's like, cause she's saying I will never cheat on him, but maybe it would be okay to have a boyfriend on the side if y'all agree to it. I'm not saying that's the solution, but I'm just saying like maybe that's a conversation. Like, oh, can we open the marriage up? Would you be okay with that for a little
Can we
while
right open it?
or whatever?
Let's open this thing up
I'm not
here.
100% sold on that. I'm just saying if two people can agree to it, that's the agreement, and agreements can change. But that could be one way. But she's
Yeah,
looking at these young yams out here. I get it. I get it. But
yeah,
you looking. She's attracted to younger men. Girl, we all are. But what does that mean?
yeah, 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 yeah.
So you're
Mm-hmm.
not gonna
Mm-hmm.
cheat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
maybe encourage him. I don't know what her regimen is or what she's doing, but like maybe encourage him. Like, okay, we gonna work. We're gonna go work out. We're gonna go. You know, we're gonna see a nutritionist. We're gonna put together something that we could do. Look, my computer just fell on the ground. We just got to do like this. Okay.
Well, I couldn't tell.
As I was saying, maybe she
Yeah.
could, get him engaged in some activities that they could do together. Going to the gym, cooking healthy meals,
Right.
um, listening to
Yeah.
positive, motivating speakers and that kind of thing. Don't make it all about him, and and
Right.
it's not all about you. If y'all are together, then these are things that we do together. And I don't know what, one of the things I'm kind of pointing out is that she says,
Well,
when I try to help him look better, he says, I don't care. Go ahead and leave me. So I'm thinking it's the delivery that could maybe use a remix from her end. How are you saying to look better? What are you saying to him? And sometimes you gotta play a little bit into his ego because I'm assuming the way it's coming across is like you trying to leave me, not you trying to make me look better. Help me to look better and feel better.
oh, okay.
You trying to leave me.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a breakdown in the communication right there.
Hmm. Okay. All right. That's a good one. I mean, she's becoming resentful. So when you say you're starting to resent somebody and, you pulling out everything you bought in the relationship and that, you're standing by them, it just almost sounds like she wants to be justified in stepping out because it doesn't sound like, she wants to leave him per se. It just sounds like I need
Okay,
to
yeah. I
focus
mean,
on me. However, but like you said, have that. I would just say first, go for counseling. If at the least a part of looking good, you want to help him to look good and feel good. So that's within good spirits. So I would just definitely say like try counseling, see how that works. You already moved around the USA. Like you have too much put in this relationship to risk it all at this point.
yeah,
So
and I would even
try
say as a
counseling, and
caveat,
that
like
way you can put everything on the
even
table.
if
If
he
that
doesn't
doesn't
want to
work,
go, because hope that he'll be on board, she should still go. She should still go to counseling, even if it's just is she's by herself
yeah,
for something
for
like
herself.
this, right? Because that's
Me,
I believe the right
myself, and
counseling will
I. That's
empower
all I
her to
got
make
in
the
the
right
end.
decision moving forward. No, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it, I would hope that
Well, she didn't even
she
say.
wouldn't come back
She's
and say,
over
"I've
here.
already tried
She
that."
didn't
I
say
would
that that's
hope
what she
that's
did.
not
So
the case.
that
I
would be
hope
a
not.
crucial piece of it. Like, we'll have y'all try counseling, couples therapy, marriage counseling, something.
But yeah, but it also sounds like they're people that got together when they were young. Because when you say like I'm finding younger men attractive, I just feel like this is like you guys were married in high school. Like this is some real young love. You've been sticking with it. Like y'all really been together. Like you don't even know the streets.
Like, she don't even know what
That's
the
how
streets be
I'm
like
hearing
no
it. Like
more.
girl, yeah, that's how I'm finding younger men attractive.
Why say it
Really?
like that?
You don't say. You know what I'm saying? So, because I'm just like, the same way a man, would look at,
Hmm.
let's say, an attractive waitress that comes to your table. You know what I mean? There's
Men
so
have
much to
more
see.
to
Don't get me wrong.
see
I think
than
men have
women
more to see
do.
than women do. And then if you were to see, somebody, then like, yeah, your eyes are still working. Yes, I found him attractive.
A young
Age,
yam.
he could be a silver fox to, a young
Mm-hmm.
yam. Like he was, period. He was attractive. That's it. That to me, I feel like that comes with marriage. You're gonna find other people attractive. Um, but do you act on it? Is that part? She sounds
Well,
like
we
she has
gonna
reasons
see.
to
Hope
act on
she
it.
let us know what you actually do. You miss, yeah, she's missing her boo. She's missing a man. That man gone though. The one that if you talking like 20 some
Yeah,
years ago, that man gone.
he was
And
a
it's
cat
okay.
bed.
You want to be in love with the one that's here now.
Keep going, girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, you signed up
All
for
right.
it.
I hope we gave her some okay
Keep your
advice.
heart, three stacks. Keep your heart.
No, no.
Eh,
All right. I want to get into the
don't
jam.
don't let,
Can we
don't
just
let
get
me
into the
start
jam?
going.
So I know. Look, not to
Go for
glorify or
it. Do it.
make a joke out of it, but recently it came out that Craig Mack, we had thought that he had passed of congestive heart failure in 2018, but recently his family came out with an official statement saying that he actually um, passed away from complications from AIDS, HIV, um, related disease, and it was his wish not to have that known to the public, when he was sick. So they honored his wishes and did not discuss it. So that kind of came up in the news. I think it was a Rolling Stone article, but I just want to pay homage and just remember Craig Mack, Flavor in Your Ear, um, because let's not forget with all that is going on with Bad Boy and the Diddy Chronicles and everything else, there would not be a Bad Boy without Craig Mack. He
Mm.
was Bad Boy's first recording artist with the project Funk the World that came out on July 26,
Wow.
1994. That was Bad
Hmm.
Boy and Arista Records' first joint venture, first recording ever. That was Craig Mack. So, we remember him because there would be no Notorious B.I.G., there would be no Bad Boy Records had it not been for Craig Mack, and we remember him for his style, and his voice was one of a kind. There's nobody that has ever sounded like Craig Mack since then. So Flavor in Your Ear, I can remember
You
back when I first
like
heard that
doing a
song
blast.
in 1994. I know exactly where I was. I know exactly what I was doing. That was high school, high school time. But listening to Flavor in Your Ear was, I mean, you.
Hmm.
I'm a lover of hip hop, and that to me, like, there are certain songs where you listen to and it's like that's hip hop. That's Flavor in Your Ear was definitely hip hop. I love the
Oh, yeah.
the um the remix. When everybody jumped on it,
That was.
Rampage, LL Cool J, um, and was Biggie on that too?
Woo. Hmm.
Yes, he was on the remix. He was on the remix of Flavor in Your Ear.
Yeah, I think
Dopeness,
so.
dopeness.
Yes.
So remember Craig
Yeah.
Mack, remember his life, remember his contributions
Yeah.
to this genre, to hip hop, to the music scene, and hope that he rests well. So what was did you remember Flavor in Your Ear? Of course you did.
Oh yeah,
When
yeah.
he
This was
started
a
making
jam. I
these
was just thinking, was that Hype
cinematic
Williams?
movie
Like when he was
videos
started to do videos, and yeah, that was the glass. He's at
from
bad
the
boys come out
Warriors.
and
That's from the movie The
play.
Warriors.
The remix, right? And the glasses. Yeah, he took that, but he said, he did the bad boys, so that was dope. And yeah, the remix was hot, and the Craig Mack, the way he
Hmm.
just busted into the song. That's exactly what he did. He busted into the song,
Excellent.
so that was dope.
So
That was a good
Craig
time. That was
Mack,
a good time.
1,000 degrees. You be on your knees. You
Yeah,
beg and please.
the
But
degrees.
please.
Begging please. That was good. It
Just
was
a great
funny.
time.
Like
That was such
his
a great
verse
time
was
for hip
actually
hop. I know
funny.
we like, I don't know what's going on now. Being a lover of music, I mean, because I love music, but I'm like, please, that was a golden age during that time with music. But okay. All right. Guess what?
Yeah,
We did it. We back and we better.
we
We
made
back
it
and we
to the
better, y'all. Look,
end. Thanks.
We
Thanks
have
for
come to the
sticking
end,
with
but
us.
you can subscribe to That's What I'm
Yeah,
Saying, the
Laffer.
podcast. You can listen to the podcast. You can watch us on YouTube. You can follow us on SoundCloud, iHeartRadio. Watch That's What I'm Saying, the TV show, weekdays on Island TV. You can download the Island TV app. You can follow us on Instagram at TwizPod. That's TWISPOD. And Shatara, what else we got to let everyone know?
Have a question for the Weekend D report? I got it right. For this show, it's the Weekend D. All right. I got it together. Want to advertise with us? Want to keep up to date with all my upcoming comedy shows? Because you know I bring the funny. Then you know what you got to do? You got to get social with us. DM us, slide into our DMs on Instagram or on Twitter. And as always, we thank you all
Peace,
for
y'all.
joining us today. Until next time, stay healthy, stay well. Peace.
Let's do